And welcome to my YouTube channel. So this morning I've come up to Loch Chon and gone for a wee wander around Loch Chon this morning. So we've been blessed with a saltire in the sky. So as you can see, just above me here, up there, we've got a nice saltire early in the morning for a sunrise. So let's walk, let's see what we can find, and let's see what mysteries we can unlock around Loch Chon. So join me and let's see where this journey takes us this morning. Alright, so my first composition this morning is going to be getting a photo of all the reflections on the water. So what I've had to do is set up my polarizer filter so that I can see through the water in front of me, because I've then had to brighten up the scene to get the sky. I've then had to put an ND filter on, so an ND graduated filter. So I've got a 0.6 ND graduated filter because I don't want it to be too strong, and I just want to get enough out the sky. So the settings that I've set up are a 1/6 of a second, f8, ISO 100. I'm a wee bit overexposed, but that still looks really nice. I'm trying to make sure my horizon is in the centre of the image, and then that way I've got a really nice reflection top and bottom. So what I'll do is I'll take some more shots. There's a lot of reeds round about this area of Loch Chon, so I'm in the south end of the loch, and what I'll do is we'll work our way around, we'll look for various other compositions, and I'll share those with you. Right, so what I've done is I've taken a few shots, and hopefully you'll have seen those images, but what I'm doing is I'm just moving around this basin here where I've got reeds and lily pads in front of me. I've got a lone tree over there on the right hand side. As when I look back the way, there's an old boathouse at the very end of the loch before it goes into the water of Chon that heads then and flows down into Loch Chon. But I'm the sun was just rising there, and I've kind of lost the sun If truth be told, I've been spending a lot of time doing drone footage, so I really hope that drone footage turns out, or it'll be totally wasted, because I got some really nice light as the sun was rising with the drone, hopefully. But well, hopefully you'll see that. And what I could do is I could share some of that drone footage with you now, especially as I'm going to look down the loch, to the end of the loch, where the water Chon flows down into Loch Chon, and you'll see a small loch in the drone footage, and that loch is called Loch Chon. Loch Chon actually in Gaelic stands for the Black Loch. So what I'll do is I'll keep sweeping round, I'll keep looking for compositions. The light, not my friend so far. Well, it has been earlier, but right now I'll need to wait in the light. There's some light licking the top of the trees there. But I'll keep going, I'll keep taking images, and hopefully we recover the light in the sky. I've actually stayed in this spot because as I'm taking images of the trees and the reflections, there's a mist coming up and coming over the hill on behind me. So what I'm trying to do is get a composition where I've got a mirror image of the trees. So I've got the trees in the top 2/3 of my image, I've got the reflection in the bottom third, and I've got what looks like the mist coming through on the top between the trees and the mountains behind. And oh, that could be really, really cool if that actually works out. And I'm just looking to see, there is mist, and I'm looking behind me. See, the forecast this morning was meant to be a bit patchy, and I can look over on my right and I feel a spit of rain. So there's the rain started. Right, so what I'll probably do is I'll nip back to the van and I'll get my hat, and then we'll keep going. I've got some covers for the cameras that I can use to keep them dry. So, and also I'm not going to abandon it because it's just rain. So what I'll do is, as some of the rain spots hit the water, that might make quite a nice image as well. Alright, so the rains went off a wee bit. So a wee tip for anybody, and these are great for protecting your camera really, really fast, is buy a packet of shower caps, because they're so fast and easy to put on your camera and keep them dry. So as soon as the rain starts, if you don't have a proper camera cover, these are brilliant. So I've got one for the body, I've got one for the lens, and I've got one for the small camera that I'm filming on as well. And thanks to Carla and my wife, because she bought me them. Right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to finish off the shots I was looking for here. So I'm going to work my way around this side of the loch, just to here, and see what compositions we can get that way. And then once we're finished here, we'll walk that way towards the boathouse and see if there's any compositions that side before we start heading north up the loch. And hopefully the rain gives us a wee bit of peace. Oh, right. Well, crikey, this is really boggy. So, I've walked round to this other side, and I'll just need to be careful because I was sinking as I was walking there. Right, so what I was going to do, I was going to shoot that way, but first of all, I've got this little tree in front of me, and what I wanted to try and do was see how I can incorporate that tree into the image, because it's actually really, really nice. And I'll just tilt the filter around so I can get the tree in focus there. Right, so what I'm planning to do here is take a shot of that little tree, but put that tree in focus, take my shot, and then get the boatyard, the boathouse in the background. So I'll take that image, that looks nice. I might make it a wider angle. Right, so if I do that again, then I've got more of the scene. But what I'm just wondering if I tip that down a little bit. So if I adjust the filter and then turn this round. And then what I want to do is adjust the polarizer so I've got the water in front of me in focus. I'll take that shot and you can actually see through it and it takes the glare off the water in front of me. But what it will do is it'll give me a very soft sky in the background. But what I'll do now is I'll focus in the background and then I'll take a shot, and if I need to then I can blend those two images together. But the way that I've taken the shot, I might not need to. So what I'll do now is actually I might I just keep chopping and changing here. I might take a close-up shot because that's quite nice, that tree. And I've still got the boathouse that can be made out in the background. So I'll take that. It looks great in real life. Whether it turns out that way when I've processed the image, who knows. Right, so if I zoom out a little bit just to see what frame I've got. See, I've got that wee tree again on the left hand side, and that's quite a nice composition I've got here. So if I adjust the filter, oh, there's the rain starting again. So what I've got here is, I'll take this before the rain kills me. I've got this pool of water in front of me, I've got a row of reed, then I've got the loch, and then I've got the trees, and then I've got the mountain. So I've got 3 or 4 different layers in the image that could be really nice. I'm just going to lay it down a little bit more so I've got more of the foreground water in my scene. I've still got that tree on the left hand side, and that's a really nice image. Right, so what I'll do is I'll take a couple more shots and then I'll share those images with you if I take any more. And then what we'll start to do is work our way around and we'll head back to the other side. Alright, so I've come over to the other side, and what I've got here is I've got all these reeds in front of me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to focus in on the reeds, the shot. So what I've also done is I've made sure I've got the mountain in the background, because I've got the reflection of the mountain in the foreground. I might change the balance because it was too close. Right, so now I've got a right balance between the top of the mountain and the bottom of the mountain. I've got the reeds in front of me and they're really nice. So what I'll do just now is I'll zoom in, and I'll zoom in to the reeds and lily pads straight in front of me, and then I've got all the tree reflections in the background, and this is absolutely glorious. It's absolutely stunning. Right, so I'm going to take a wide angle shot where I've got everything in view, some vignetting, but we can sort that. Now what I'll do is I'll move over and I'll walk along and we'll see if we can find the boathouse.